Oh, Steve and Larson! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for yourselves and feel the power. Yes. And all you people out there, you're watching Going In Raw with Steve and Larson.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Available wherever podcasts can be found. And, of course, taped live right here at twitch.tv/Steve and Larson. Pretty much right after or within like the hour of every wrestling show, WWE and AEW, and, of course, pay-per-views. We go live here on the Twitch. It's a lot of fun. I'm putting together some new Twitch. I got some slick Twitch assets going on, man. I'm going to work on that this weekend. I'm really looking forward to that. On the screen, you'll be able to see all the people who are putting in the money and giving us subs, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, yeah, that's a lot of fun. I like building new things, man. I like digital things. I'm not like, you know, cars and stuff.
Yeah, you're not handy per se, but
I'm not necessarily a handyman. But I enjoy putting together digital things. Anyways, yeah, by the way, shout out to Anthony F. for the Big E intro. Amazing. Just fantastic. Great stuff. Got some new patrons here. Matthew Garrett, Jimmy Ward, Bottle Episode Productions. Used to be AKA Draft House Games. They have rebranded. Big rebrand.
Okay.
Bottle Episode Productions. Check them out.
Yeah,
they've been such a wonderful sponsor of Going In Raw here.
They have
say
been,
enough
yes.
great things.
Yes, they're fantastic.
Church Jackson, longtime friendo, now patron. He's getting that Patreon, that exclusive shirt.
Ooh.
Another patron here, Yankees Are the Elite. I'm assuming this is a New Yorker. Cloudy Maine, also new patron. And I'm not sure if I mentioned Samantha Brunker is back as patron. So yeah, thank you all for your support. All those patrons, man, they're all eligible to check out Friendo Club TV. It's our bonus content. 5 episodes a week today. 10 for the win today.
Old 10 for the win.
Sorry, vintage 10 for the win. Vintage 10 for the win.
A new old 10 for the win.
A new upload of a vintage 10 for the win. Which one was it today?
Top 10 cinematic universes, all 4 years old. I have a lot of the old stuff.
We have the old. I've given you access to the old stuff.
That's the tip of the iceberg, man. There's so much more.
I know, but we have a lot of it. If that's what you want,
yeah,
I have access
stuff,
to it.
The stuff that you gave me access to is just some of it. I have basically all of it. The problem is the hard drive requires a power cable. I don't know where that power cable's at.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we've got
Trust me, I go through those. I'm just trying to find something that's okay. That we can roll with now.
Okay,
all right.
So yeah, that's good stuff. And then tomorrow there is a new 10 for the win. We brought on the Robserver to edit our stuff because we're a couple of lazy old men who don't want to edit anymore.
I don't like editing anymore.
And so yeah, Robserver is going to be doing some editing for us. Yeah, he does a heck of a better job than we ever did. That's for sure.
Yeah, man, you got that right.
Brand new 10 for the win tomorrow right here on the channel. So check that out. Anyways, let's hop into this, man. Smackdown. There was an oddly wonderful amount of good wrestling matches.
But it was bookended by the opening wasn't bad. It was just really long, and the end was short but really bad.
The open was really. I didn't seem that. Was it long?
Yeah, it felt pretty long.
Till we got. I think it was like 10 minutes. And then we got Morrison.
It felt long.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah, it felt long.
I was actually surprised that Riddle's promo thing was not as excruciatingly long as those things typically are. He got through some weird story about his feet, and then I was like, thank God, Baron Corbin. I never thought in a million years I'd ever think that. Thank God Baron Corbin is interrupting this thing. Mm-hmm. One of WWE's worst things, one of their worst things, is they don't have seemingly. And maybe it's a Pritchard thing or McMahon thing. The writing, when they just write the hell out of the dialogue and they try to be clever with it, it never works. We saw that twice tonight. One with Riddle's story about his feet, and then again when Alexa and Nikki came out and started talking about. And whenever they try to get clever, it just dies. It dies. That being said, there were a ton of good matches tonight, man.
Yeah, there were some fun matches. All the wrestling was good. It was just the expository stuff, the story stuff, a lot of talking stuff. The year was too long, missed the mark, or when it comes to the ending segment, just basically god awful. Now it wasn't Bayley, this is your life, awful, because it wasn't long. It was short, relatively, at least. But if that segment was 5 minutes longer, the way it was going, it might have been
it
contention.
I don't know, man. I kind of
disagree 5 more minutes,
with that
man.
one.
Give it 5 more minutes.
That's a long time.
If you give it 5 more minutes, if it not only was it bad, if it overstayed its welcome, then it would have been really bad.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing why it would never match it. The worst is when you have a Bayley, this is your life type thing, and there's 7,000 people there. That's the worst, because you have all those people and they're all just sitting there just trying to slog through it.
Could they send Sheamus something better, like to get his audio so it was like listenable?
Yeah, I did.
The
I was
audio
like,
was so bad.
I was like,
it's from his phone, obviously, but I mean, like, this is a $1 billion company.
Hey, dude, maybe they were trying. This is what I honestly thought. I didn't think they were going for this, but it did look like this. Like if you go to, sometimes like bars, they'll have like screenings of stuff. Yeah. And they'll have a projection thing, and it just doesn't look very good. Maybe that's what they were going for, because even like the video quality was terrible too. It looked like they were watching it on it was all bad.
But the thing about that situation, you're watching a movie at a bar, there's no audio usually. And if there is audio, it's drowned out by all the people talking, and usually music too.
Yeah, right.
So when you get grainy, projected on Titantron video, along with like subpar audio, it's just not good. The whole setup was bad. Sheamus seemed like not to be into it. Don't really feel good about this.
You know, he's probably still battling coronavirus. Look, I am not speculating on anything right now. It's just when he's not there, you kind of put two and two together, don't you?
Well, I mean, it could be.
I'm not being
serious.
I'm not being serious.
I know.
But you said subpar. Speaking of subs, Kirsten, the mod, just dropped a ton of gifted subs in this in
so
our
much,
chat.
Kirsten.
Thank you, Kirsten. You're the best.
And Weathered Souls gifted a sub too. I saw.
Oh, thank you very much.
And like I personally, I still feel like the storyline's really tacky.
Yeah, it is. It's
tacky.
It's too far, man. And
it's too much.
When he takes such glee in saying junkie, it's just like, come on. And here's the thing: it's not like, dude, it's not even like we're gonna have like a barn burner match to look forward to either. Like Jeff Hardy will do something crazy, which will make me freaked out because I don't want him to die. And Sheamus can be fun sometimes, but I don't really look forward to his matches.
No, I don't either. I kind of feel like I know exactly what I'm going to get with the Sheamus match.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's whether his opponent can elevate him maybe to something beyond the typical Sheamus match. Anyways, it wasn't a great segment. It by no means should have been the main event segment. There was no chemistry there. Basically nothing was going right for it.
I did like. I'll interject. I did like. I'll always mark out when a guy gets a bottle smashed over his head.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
Man,
you're getting no quarter from you tonight, huh?
We just saw Kenny and Paige break like 6 bottles over someone's head at the Stadium Stampede match. I kind of got my fill for a while. I'm good.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. The wrestling was good. We had
the wrestling was good.
That started off, man. I did not expect to get that level of a match between. This is why they brought John Morrison in. I'm assuming. Finally, like months later, we get like a match like this out of him and Matt Riddle. That was
really good.
Killer match.
That was really good.
That was a killer match. Some of the stuff they were doing there. So, anyways, let's get into it. Kicks off with an interview between Michael Cole and Matthew Riddle. And he, like I said earlier, he tells some story about being a little kid and then like going out in the snow and his feet were all frostbitten. And so he can't feel anything in his feet.
Well, he said he was in Wisconsin in the winter. And he said he went someplace and there's an indoor pool and there's snow outside. So we go to the pool, play outside, go in the pool, go outside. And so one time he went outside, stayed outside too long, got in the pool, and his feet started burning. And they went to the doctor, said, you got frostbite. They're thinking of amputating his toes, and he pulled through, but he said he doesn't wear shoes now because when he does, it makes his feet burn like they did when he had frostbite.
Yeah. Yeah. So he can't feel, hey, Fidelio, by the way.
Okay.
So he can't feel anything. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Then he got interrupted by Baron Corbin. He's like, stop talking about. I didn't take any Steve notes. I didn't figure I'd have to. So yeah, he tells Riddle he could have saved everyone's time and said the reason I don't wear shoes. See, I mean that's kind of I don't really care. Like, he basically said, you don't deserve a shot at me. Here's John Morrison. Here, you can have this guy instead. Which kind of goes along with like the story that's out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Which that was his thing is you don't walk in and get a match with me. You got to earn it, because he said that later on commentary too.
So I know, it's out there, and I don't want to call anybody out, but there's like a story out there that like backstage stuff, Baron Corbin has objected to having a feud with Matt Riddle, saying that he should have some like squash matches with enhancement talent first. Kind of doesn't pass the sniff test to me, to be honest with you. I'm not sure Baron Corbin would be backstage saying no, this guy needs to do enhancement matches first. That just is weird to me.
Well, I mean, here's the thing too: is assuming that story is true, I mean, John Morrison is leaps and bounds beyond enhancement talent.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's assuming that the story is true and they're trying to placate Corbin. In some way, and you'd say, hey, we're not going to do enhancement matches because those are boring, because they are. Hey, we're going to do this though. We'll have them go through some guys first.
They put on really good matches, which isn't boring.
So I don't know. I kind of feel like somebody's being fed some BS there, but what do I know? Anyways, so yeah, he says, here's this guy. Here's John Morrison. And then this match was freaking great, man. This match was great.
So Baron was on commentary, and when the match was about to begin, Matt Riddle kicked off his slide. Usually he does it towards hard cam. This time he did in Baron's direction.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah, Baron was just continually humiliated during this match. And he wasn't even in it. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there was all sorts of cool stuff going on. Again, this was the kind of thing where like I know there's like, if you just get on like Twitter and look at WWE's timeline during this match, they were gifting out all sorts of stuff. And it's just really, really cool. Like, this was one of these matches where it was like, okay, go do some really cool stuff, as opposed to tell like a boring story, but like one that's like, designed to get heat, It's like, no, these guys went out there and did a lot of really cool stuff.
They did, but there was some storytelling stuff. There was a couple bits where Morrison cut some corners. That bit where they were trading strikes and Morrison is like slapping his elbow pad, like, hey, all right, I'm going to lay in the lumber on you. Takes the elbow pad off and then pokes Riddle in the eye.
Oh, I love that. That was good. That was really good. Yeah, no, that stuff, I love that stuff. Yeah, I'm just talking about like, when somebody just has like a headlock for 5 minutes, that kind of stuff. Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that can be boring. So then later on, Morrison, he like fakes a high kick and Riddle covers up. And so Morrison sweeps his legs. And I've never seen him do this before. So he picks up, he does it in like the smoothest deadlift thing I've ever seen.
Effortless.
He like rolls over, picks up Matt Riddle, has him in powerbomb position, lifts him up like a razor's edge, starts spinning.
Yeah.
Kind of launches him up, and then basically Uranagis him.
Dude, again, you talk about it, you got to see it. I mean, even if it's like, I'm not saying, hey, everybody go out and watch SmackDown. For this match, I would. And in fact, for this match
is really good.
And the Nakamura match and then an AJ Styles match, those were 3 killer matches. And I would definitely recommend SmackDown just on those alone. Yeah. I mean, hopefully you have a DVR and you can fast forward through some of the crap.
Through everything else, yeah.
And then just don't worry about the main event segment.
Yeah, because it's worth missing. So he gets a 2 on that. He complains to the ref about that. So Matt Riddle locks on the bro mission. And John Morrison powers up and starts climbing up the ropes with Matt Riddle on his back.
Yeah.
So they're up there. They're kind of jockeying for position. Riddle's knocked off at one point. He stalked on the apron, climbs back up. Morrison hits a super Spanish fly, lands, gets up, hits a standing Spanish fly.
Yeah.
And gets a 2 count.
That was so rad.
That was cool.
I love when they just randomly have matches like this. It's so great.
Yeah. Yeah. In the end, so Riddle's picking up Morrison. The Miz pops up on the apron, so Riddle goes after him. Miz hops down. And then Corbin hops on the apron because at this point Corbin's got away from commentary. He's on the floor. Riddle goes after him. Corbin gets out of the way. Morrison rolls up Riddle. And then Riddle kicks out in the midst of kicking out, counters into his own pin, a really deep one, and he gets the win that way.
Yeah, it was a good
really
stuff.
Fun match. A lot of good stuff going on here.
Yeah, I like this too. I like how they'll interweave storylines here because, of course, the week before last week, when did Riddle and AJ have their match?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So after that, Riddle's up on the ramp, and AJ Styles attacks him. Drew Gulak comes in to make the save. Refs try to stop a brawl. We go to commercial. When we come back, this match is happening. So they go straight from one banger right into the next. And this one, I mean, I'm not going to put this up there with Riddle and Morrison, but damn, this was good too. And I really like the end. I mean, look, they had Drew eke out a victory over AJ, right before the finals
about a month
of that.
ago.
Yeah, the IC title thing. And so this was AJ definitively putting an end to any hope that Drew Gulak is going to be IC champion.
Oh, yeah. AJ more or less dominated this match. I mean, Drew got some offense in, but not a ton. And Daniel Bryan joined in via Zoom a couple of times. Totally live.
Well, hey, why does everybody have like the crappiest cameras and the crappiest phones these days? I'm telling you, if I recorded Sheamus's thing on this thing, you'd think that Stanley Cooper came back to life, man.
Well, you think he had like an iPhone 8 or something?
If that, I don't know what Galaxy came out in like 2009.
Oh, you got to blame it on an Android phone, huh?
Yeah, I will. I actually will. The cameras on these are insane.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Really good.
I remember someone tweeted out something. I'll try to find it here about Daniel Bryan actually shooting his bits in advance. So he wasn't live.
No, that's not shocking at all.
No, my apologies. I should have kept tabs on it. It was Tom Collahue. Sorry, Tom Collahue.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
that's not shocking at all.
No, which explained why it wasn't an ongoing conversation throughout the match. They just threw to him, I think, 3 times during the course of the bout.
So you mentioned Styles was dominating this match. The finish saw a power bomb on Drew Gulak into a Styles clash. AJ started saying, "No, that's not enough." Goes up and then gives him the phenomenal forearm, gets the win there.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of offense there.
Solid bout. After that, we get a quick shot of Sasha and Bayley. They're exiting a production truck, and apparently, according to Michael Cole and Corey Graves, they've been in the truck all day working on a tribute to Sasha and Bayley.
They should have done what we did. Just hire the Rob Zerver.
Oh, Rob Zerver's great.
He would have done a killer job.
The tribute they put together was good, but man, Rob Zerver.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Next level stuff.
He could have done like a thing where he takes their tweets and then he makes a song out of it.
There you go. So they come out to the ring, drop a promo. Bayley says they've rolled through everybody. She was listing off matches they've won. She was getting to Wednesday night at Full Sail. Sasha's like, don't need to mention that one. Says, we're on every show, and yet we get no respect. Bayley says, however, there is somebody who does have respect for Sasha and Bayley, and it's The Undertaker. She says, Taker, as she calls him, called her after last week's show, told her that he was embarrassed about all the fuss they paid him, when clearly she is the greatest champ in WWE history. And he, according to Bayley, he told her, you and Sasha are redefining what it means to be champion at Extreme Rules. Mark Calloway can't wait for Bayley to win, for them to win, and hold all the belts. And he implores WWE to pay them some respect and have a tribute for them. So she does all this in her own Undertaker impression.
Not impressed. I'll be honest. Not impressed. In fact, I doubt this phone call ever took place, Larson. I could be wrong. Who am I to doubt the Bayley 2 champ or whatever she calls herself? Dose strap. But given that she couldn't even do a serviceable Undertaker.
Yeah, it probably didn't happen.
I don't believe this ever happened.
So Sasha throws to the video package. It's well put together. There's a couple funny lines.
Great.
The one Sasha's line had about said most other women in the women's division, the closest they'd ever get to a Grand Slam is a greasy breakfast at Denny's. That was good.
That was a good line. I know that was good. You a fan of the Grand Slam, Larson?
Yeah, if I'm in the mood for a Grand Slam, I'll take part. Yeah,
I mean, they've got a bunch of slams. I usually get the lumberjack slam.
I usually
that's
get to
like
make your own because I think you have exactly what I want on it.
You should name that. Well, okay, what do you get on your make your own slam?
It varies. It depends what I'm in the mood for.
Whoa. All right, never mind. Thought you had like a.
I don't have a go-to, man.
You don't have a go-to?
It's whatever I am in the mood for.
Okay, let me ask you this. Denny's comes to us. Hey,
right.
We love going in Raw, especially the bearded guy. We want to name a slam after him, the Larson Slam, but it can't be whatever you want it to be week to week. It has to be one set of breakfast ingredients. Larson, go.
All right, it's a waffle, Belgian waffle, bacon cooked inside of it. On the side, you get some sausage. I can't eat eggs anymore. My tummy hurts, so sorry, no eggs. Maybe egg whites.
Okay.
You get the hash browns, and why not? You get a side of pancakes too. You get a bacon waffle.
Slapjacks.
You get the sausage links.
Yeah.
You get your hash brown.
Flapjacks.
Your egg whites. Side of pancakes. Well, no. Here's the option. The side can be pancakes or biscuits and gravy.
What the hell, dude? No, man, that's too much of a variation. You choose one, dude. Is it biscuits and gravy or a side of flapjacks?
Here's the thing. More often than not, you get to choose your side. You get to have pancakes or bread or some sort of bread product. That's commonplace to choose that one side.
You get to choose a side of pancakes or a bread product?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, it's your slam.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's my slam. Quiet.
Be quiet? You just tell me to be quiet on our podcast? How rude.
As far as talking back to me about what's in my slam, it's my slam, damn it. Fine, pancakes and biscuits and gravy. Happy now?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm always happy. All right, so we got through that. Oh, yeah, so then the whole thing is interrupted by Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. And they come out, and immediately I'm like, look, I really like Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Yeah. Whoever wrote this stuff is just garbage. They're terrible. And then this segment made me want to see Sasha and Bayley beat the crap out of them because this humor was so bad. It was so awful. They start saying, did you know that Nikki here is the Queen of Scotland and she's like 350 people away from being the Queen of England or something like that?
325th in line to be the Queen of England. So they come out, Queen of England, sorry. So they come out and say, well, we heard about your accomplishments. That's all true. However, let us list our accomplishments. And that was Alexa said that about Nikki. Nikki says Alexa is the epitome of a champion. She's the first woman to drive across Antarctica in a golf cart. So they get up close to the ring. They ball up the piece of paper, throw them, get in the ring. Alexa says, so now you know how ridiculous that all sounds. But what? I mean, Sasha and Bayley are highly decorated champions, WWE.
They have the bona fides.
They don't have to make up stuff.
Like, do you see all
they have accomplishments?
Do you see all the gold that they have on them? It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Alexa, she's like a 6-time champion or something like that?
Yeah.
She's had the women's title a bunch.
Yeah, right.
Tag titles once.
Yeah.
It just like, cause at first it seemed like they were just going a silly, funny route. And then when they hit the ring and they're like, all right, time to hammer on the point. You know how ridiculous you sound? Alexa saying that to Sasha and Bayley. It's like, no, they're not sounding ridiculous. They're heels.
Yeah.
They're proud of what they've accomplished. By all means, let them be proud of what they've accomplished because they've accomplished a lot.
It was a good tribute too. I like that song.
It was a really good tribute.
So, anyways, let's see here. Nikki then decides to end the comedy and go serious. She's like, "Hey, you had your way to get here, but my heart got me here, and if I put my whole heart into it, I can be SmackDown champ." Bayley and Sasha both laugh at her. Alexa Bliss slaps Bayley. Sasha says Bayley would give Bliss a preview. I like this. This is good.
Yeah, that was good.
Sasha now putting Bayley in matches.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give Alexa Bliss a preview of what's going to happen in Extreme Rules. Alexa accepts the challenge, so we get a pretty quick Bayley versus Alexa Bliss match, which was fine, but it had a wonk finish.
It did. Bayley was not in her ring gear. She had to wrestle in jeans and a T-shirt and some sneakers.
Yeah.
But she did have her rock tape on, so at least she kind of had an idea she might see some in-ring action tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Alexa has a control early. When Bayley starts dominating the match, she would start working over Alexa's arm and hand, and then just like periodically turn towards Nikki and mock her. Like she did her corner splash and did it all, kind of like over the top, cartoonish.
Yeah.
And at one point, at the end, actually, Bayley's taunting Nikki. Excuse me, Nikki. Nikki gets on the apron. That distracts the ref. So Bayley takes Alexa over. So Sasha could hit Alexa with a knee. And then Nikki runs over to Sasha, takes her out, and Bayley is getting in her face. It's like, come on. Hit me. Deck me. Get involved. Nikki does. So Bayley wins by DQ. And so Nikki's going after Bayley. Sasha pulls Bayley out of the ring. So they're kind of against the barricade staring up at Nikki. And while they're there, Sasha has that SmackDown Women's title just conveniently around her waist.
Yeah. Yep.
That's called foreshadowing.
That's happening. We got
storytelling.
About 2 months for that one. After that, we had a preview, sort of like a video of like swamp stuff and like shady looking things. Bray versus Braun, the swamp fight preview. And then they said that next week, or later on anyways, they announced that next week we're going to get the first confrontation between Bray and Braun.
Oh, Money in the Bank. Yeah, they're going to show the whole match.
From Money in the Bank, right, yeah.
Which I don't remember being terribly long.
No, it was not terribly long. It was actually, that was a decent match, I think, wasn't it?
It was fun.
That was a good match, yeah.
It was fun.
Another fun match, Kofi Kingston versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This was a good match, dude. This is really good. Again, Big E rolling to the ring.
Best. Absolute best.
Awesome. Just great. But yeah, both of the partners got kicked out. Big E got kicked out first for shenanigans, and then Cesaro immediately.
Cesaro started it.
Well, okay. He got kicked out too then. Yeah, right after Big E, because he was like celebrating.
That was the case Big E was making. It was like Cesaro, he was actually the one who started it. And Jessica Carr said, oh yeah, you're out of here.
Yeah. Nakamura ended up winning with Kinshasa for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a finger to the eye. And then Kinshasa, yeah. Yep. And so Cesaro comes back down the ring. He gets a table out from under ring, puts it in there. Doesn't set it up, though. Big E runs out to make the save. So I guess we're getting a tables match. Probably at Extreme Rules between these two teams. However, before that, they will have a match next week for tag titles. Most definitely end to some sort of wonky finish.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the case.
Again, setting up tables match at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, I like how strong they've been booking Cesaro and Nakamura, though. That's awesome. That's great. I mean, freaking Kofi's a former champion. This is a pretty clean win here.
Yeah.
So that's good. Just I want to keep on. Dude, I'll be totally happy if Nakamura and Cesaro get those tag titles, solidify them as a solid team, and then have them go back and forth to the New Day.
That'd be great.
After that, we had, so they announced next week we get that Bray versus Braun replay. Let's see here. We got Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross versus Bayley and Sasha, and the New Day versus Nakamura and Cesaro for the tag titles. Oh, yeah, like I already said. Sorry. Then we had the main event segment, which was, wow, I am shocked that you have written so many notes for this. Because it really boils down to like...
It's Sheamus saying the same thing he's been saying for weeks.
Yeah.
The new wrinkle, essentially... Well, so Hardy comes down the ring first. He calls out Sheamus. Hey, where are you? Sheamus shows up with the Tron. He's at his bar at home. He's like, hey, Jeff, I just want to give you some personal space. And so in the ring, there's a bartender, like the type of bar you'd see set up at like a wedding or something.
Yeah.
Open
bar, nice.
And Sheamus was essentially giving Hardy some crap about interjecting himself in the honoring of Undertaker last week, specifically defending the honor of the Undertaker when Corbin talked a bunch of trash, pretty much saying he must have felt pretty good getting all the adulation of your fellow wrestlers doing that, but it's part of your problem. You have a hard time facing reality. You stick your nose in other people's business to get that quick fix. And Sheamus says, that breaks my heart. And he says, Jeff, you're lying to yourself. He thinks that things are going to be different this time. Saying you're going to be back drunk, in rehab, taking mug shots, all that kind of stuff. Sheamus says, I found a solution to your problems. The answer is in one of those bottles. So he raises his glass. He gives a terrible toast. Just insulting Jeff Hardy. Hardy then calls Sheamus the sickest person he's ever met. Says, making fun of his struggles of other people. Sheamus, do you find that funny? And Sheamus says, I'm not there to hurt you. I'm there to help you. He doesn't need to live the lie anymore because he knows that Jeff Hardy just wants to jump back in the gutter with both feet. And so Sheamus says, I brought my personal bartender, my favorite bartender, something in. He offers Jeff a drink. Sheamus is really urging him to drink it. Jeff takes it and goes, you're right. What's the worst that can happen? He acts like he's going to drink. Doesn't. Look towards the bartender, act like he's going to drink. Doesn't. And then just pours it on the bartender's head.
Yeah.
Breaks the bottle over his head. Hits the swanton. And that's it. Like, what did the bartender do? He's just out there. Sheamus hired him to do a job.
No, I was fine with that. He was using him as an example. You get mixed up with this guy, you're going to get dealt with. And he was like, clearly he's, a local wrestler. So
obviously.
He's like, he knows how to take a swanton.
If I'm suspending my disbelief, this is just, some bartender.
That makes it even better for me, to be honest with you.
Who is probably out of work right now, given what's going on in the world. And Sheamus calls him up, hey, I got some work for you. And dude is probably like, yes. Yes,
you gotta pick and choose your jobs, man. You're going into a place that's going to be, high danger situation in the first
I don't know, man.
place.
If I haven't worked for 3 months, and then someone calls up and says, "Hey, I got."
Wait a second. Hold on a second. This is Florida. They've been open. They only closed for like a week. This guy is fine. Their cases might be soaring, but their unemployment numbers have probably plummeted.
I don't know, man.
Probably.
I don't know, man.
They were eager to open, man. They were eager. I'm kind of actually curious about that to know what Florida's unemployment numbers are.
Oh,
they're probably amazing, to be honest with you. Anyways, that's a sad state of affairs. But anyways, let's answer some questions.
Sure, why not? Chi-Town SD, who takes the title off AJ?
At this point, I could totally see it being Matt Riddle.
Or Daniel Bryan.
James Fletcher. If you could, y'all know the answers to this question. If you could only watch AEW or NXT, which would you watch?
AEW.
NXT. Alex Foster. Michael Cole seems cool with Matt Riddle. What other random wrestlers might be cool with Michael Cole, baby?
Michael Cole does a lot for NXT, so I'm sure they've had plenty of time to get friendly, get to know each other backstage.
Yeah, pretty much anybody comes out of NXT. We heard that a long time ago.
Yeah, who does that still?
I have no idea if that's still the case, or if that ever was the
pretty
case.
Involved. No, I mean he's been in like backstage stuff for NXT documentaries and stuff. He's
there.
Yeah,
okay, all right.
At least I remember seeing him there once. So I think he is pretty, or was pretty involved in NXT. So I think a lot of the men and women who come out of NXT are probably know Michael Cole.
Probably.
Dang MQ, so is this the start of a 4 to 6 month feud between Corbin and Riddle? Well, they'll at least have a match at SummerSlam.
Corbin and Riddle?
Yeah, they'll have a match at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that seems pretty likely. That seems pretty likely. Let's see here. James Rodriguez brings up the story that we briefly mentioned, quoted as saying, okay, so number one, Baron Corbin was not quoted as saying this. This is all like stuff that some of the wrestling journalists have. That Baron Corbin said Matt Riddle should work his way against 5 enhancement talents before getting into a feud with him. He asked the question, does this mean John Morrison is considered enhancement talent? For the purposes of this feud, that's basically what Morrison is, but it's not enhancement talent in the way that is commonly known enhancement talent, which is a job.
The strictest definition of
the term, he's a level boss, not a final boss. Corbin's the final boss.
Yeah. Alpha JOV, do y'all think this type of matches are performed expected to build SmackDown with because they wanted to present it as they wanted to present SmackDown as a sports show? I think stuff like Morrison and Riddle is if you want to create a sports-centric wrestling program, that's the kind of stuff you show.
SmackDown has all the ingredients for that. They really do. So ever since, especially they brought AJ on, and then now Matt Riddle, and then they started elevating Drew Gulak a little bit and kept him around. I mean, tonight the proof is in the pudding, pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Nemo said, when Morrison's music hit, my eyes went wide. I knew that this is something I needed to see. What other matches you not know you wanted until it happened? didn't realize just how awesome a Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar encounter could be until the Royal Rumble. I was like, oh wow! And then to see Brock give him that kind of respect, it was like, man, I was so focused on like Riddle versus Brock. The idea of Keith Lee versus Brock was like, oh wow, that's great. We haven't seen that match, but that encounter was really cool.
Yeah, it was really good. I'll say again, not a match, but an encounter, and like a legit encounter, maybe. Matt Riddle and Goldberg. I didn't know if I had really interested ever seeing that match, but seeing them interact backstage, I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely.
We need to see that. Yeah, we need
that. I definitely want to see.
Absolutely.
Omega Advent says the 2009 version of a Galaxy was a Samsung GTI 7500. So there you go. That predates the Galaxy, apparently.
That's what Sheamus filmed his stuff on. Prince C. Ross, how great would it be if Nikki Cross he actually precedes this by saying never going to happen. But how great would it be if Nikki Cross actually won the SmackDown Women's Championship?
Oh, it'd be great.
I could see it happening, just not anytime soon. Mm-hmm. But I could see that happening.
Yeah. Kirsten says, Rob is the best. Rob's number one. Got pen in my hand. YOLO all day says Bailey's Taker voice. Steve Taker better. Sorry. Ooh, man. Bailey
I saw
Taker
that.
Voice better than Steve Taker voice. Confirmed.
You got to read these in your head before you read them out loud because sometimes they're so ridiculous that do you want to like you just embarrass yourself by reading that comment, Larson?
Gareth Nicholas, Bailey needs lessons from Steve. The Undertaker's voice was horrendous.
Thank you. Now you've redeemed yourself.
People have different opinions, So, people have their own opinions.
They have right opinions, and then they have alternate facts. They have facts and alternate facts, Larson.
Omega Advent, how did I not think of this? Larson Slam is unlimited pancakes for $2. 2 more pancakes for $2. It's all you can eat, but then 2 more.
So I want all I can eat, but then 2 more. You never know.
2 more.
Might clear up room. Let's see here. Sleazy Mo, what are the kayfabe jobs of backstage producers like Jamie Noble and Adam Pearce other than breaking up fights? Administrative work. We've seen that with Adam Pearce when he was like, hey, everybody, we got a situation. Gather around. And all of a sudden, I'm 7 feet tall.
Yeah. Ryan K. Lamb says, Larson, I make a waffle with chorizo in the batter, then cover that with chorizo gravy. It is delicious. That sounds amazing.
That actually sounds pretty good. I'll be honest.
That sounds amazing.
Let's see here. Stevie Bradley's doppelganger says, I'm still holding... It actually is. You can see his picture. I'm still holding hope. Corbin is a win/squash and done. Who should Riddle's first full feud be? I'm sorry, but you're watching it. This is going to be a full-on feud.
Yeah.
After that, I think it should and probably will be AJ Styles.
It's actually entirely possible that Baron Corbin will find a way to win a match during this feud, too.
It's possible.
Ethion M, what do you guys think is the realistic ceiling for Matt Riddle? They let him be him. He's got all the charisma in the world. He's a hell of a wrestler. I mean, he could be a world champion.
He could definitely be a world champion, for sure.
Anthony, Morrison and Riddle had instant chemistry. Who are some other guys you can think of who just instantly meshed? Oh, Gargano and Almas. That first match they had of theirs was fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good one. That whole stretch of NXT main events, Gargano Black, Andrade Black, all those. Rain Trigger, who are your guys' favorite celebrity wrestling fans? I'm going to see if you know yours because I know what yours should be because I think it's mine too.
Is it LeBron?
No, not even close.
Who is
it's
it?
Not even close, Larson.
Oh, yeah, Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog.
Well, he doesn't like wrestling. He likes WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just considers WWE WrestleMania.
I know.
That's what's great about him.
Anthony asks, since Renee has her new cookbook, who should be the next with a cooking-related show or book? Anthony says Baron Corbin. Yeah, he seems to be an aspiring grill master.
I actually agree with that. I was going to say the New Day, but it's totally Baron Corbin. That guy has... It's like he's trying to be the next George Foreman guy, you know?
Or Otis.
Yeah, that'd be good, too.
A great ham.
Yeah, Otis would be good. I'm all out of... Oh, no, I got one more question here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Marcus Aurelius, smart guy, says, we were talking on Discord, and since you never check Discord, I thought I'd ask it here. While I'm reading this, I'm going to actually load up Discord.
Very well.
If not Roman, who would you book The Rock to put over for the remainder of their WWE career? They said Keith Lee, Drew, and Adam Cole. I think Keith Lee is totally the answer.
Yeah, Keith Lee probably.
Keith Lee, man, huge. That dude's gonna be a huge star.
Jonathan asked you, Steve, if you could book a character inspired by unsolved mysteries in WWE, how would you book it?
It'd be Fumbles the Bank Robber.
All right.
That was a guy on Unsolved Mysteries, and he got that name because the first time he walked into a bank, he fell. And the rest of the time they had the reenactment guy just be a complete buffoon, even though there's no evidence to suggest that beyond that first fall, this guy was a buffoon. He got caught, and he got caught pretty easily. So it'd be Fumbles. That's what it would be.
So you're booking an early 90s WWF gimmick, essentially.
It's like my favorite time. Like 1995 was really peak wrestling for me.
In your mind, yeah. Hugh Longheavy asked Larson, what occasions call for the red pants? Generally, two, when I'm out of all my other pants. And if I'm feeling in the mood to wear red pants.
Sex time, right?
Well,
Turn on
don't really see much point in wearing pants in that particular time.
Well, there's the pre-sex time. That gets, the lover in the mood.
All right.
The red pants. Your little weird body.
My little weird body. All right.
Oh, man.
Omega Advent, you guys have the choice of either being the manager of your favorite wrestler of all time or being managed by your favorite manager of all time. Which option do you pick, and who fits the role for you?
I would be if you could be managed by, or
either
what?
You're the manager of your favorite wrestler of all time, or you're managed by your favorite manager.
I'd rather be a manager, to be honest with you. I think that'd be fun. I think it'd be loads of fun. I'd rather be a manager.
The idea of Paul Ellering making sure all my bills are paid. Gosh, that'd be great.
Just
it's one less thing to worry about.
That's a smart answer right there. That's a good answer. I would want to manage. Who would I manage?
Well, it's your favorite wrestler. So who's your favorite wrestler? That's the question.
Well, I mean, probably Triple H, but I don't want to manage him.
Well, I'd be managing Shawn Michaels.
I'd want to manage like Booker T. That seems like it'd be fun.
Yeah, man.
That just seems like it'd be fun.
Anthony, power rank the top 5 WWE unsolved mysteries. We kind of did 10 for the win on that on mystery storylines.
True.
Some were solved, some weren't.
Yeah, check that out on. It's I think it's like our pinned video or whatever they call it.
I believe so.
It's our trailer on our channel.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got no more questions here.
Oh, there's a couple more here.
Okay.
White Brownie, obviously get rid of the third hour isn't happening. What does the WWE need to do to make Raw enjoyable like SmackDown? Pretty much get rid of the third hour.
3 hours is a long time.
It's too much.
It's a long time. And honestly, that is like when you have crowds and there's really inspired writing and you get like those Raws where there's like a 30-minute banger match. Then that's how Raw really should be. If
the other 50 weeks of the year though.
No, I know, I agree. I know it's horrible. Like you're right. Like twice a year they can put together like an episode that has like a beginning, middle, and end, and then they also have like some banger matches and some really cool stuff happens. And that's when crowds are there, and when it's like a killer crowd, it's like really fun. Yeah. But like these days, it kind of doesn't exist. Like, the writing, honestly, I think that since Heyman's been gone, Raw's been better.
Yeah.
But it ain't saying much. It really isn't.
No. Jonathan, would Queen of the Ring work in the current women's division? Heck yeah, man. Make it cross-brand.
Cross-brand would be amazing. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I heard there's some pretty decent New Japan Cup matches. might check some of those out.
I know.
I
need to catch up on those. Mm-hmm. Weathered Soul says date. She's got a date with a friendo next Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Mini golf and barbecue is the plan. That is awesome.
That sounds amazing. I might have some barbecue just, for an act of solidarity, man. Plus, I'm fat piece of shit. I like barbecue, man.
Barbecue's delicious. Berg the Great asks, where was Otis tonight?
COVID. I assume everybody we don't see has coronavirus. Again, that's a joke. That's a joke. All right. It's designed to have people laugh. Oh, Steve. You scoundrel, you.
Yeah, scoundrel.
It's not a terrible assumption to make, to be honest with you.
White Brown 92. If WWE brought back the World Cup Power Rank, how would you book it? Who was in it?
The World
if WWE had like a World Cup, I guess. Oh, sorry, it's two different things now. I see it. If WWE brought back the World Cup, period, or comma, Power Rank, how would you book it and who would be in it? Remember they had the World Cup that Shane won? Greatest wrestler in the world, whatever it was.
Yeah, we did
this time actually have a really good
one.
wrestler win it.
Yeah, that'd be great. You know what, man? Say, hey, we're breaking down this invisible door and intergender. So reach out across the landscape of wrestling. Say, AEW, let's drop our Wednesday night pathetic wrestling war where we're barely, between the two of us, barely eke out 1.5 million viewers. Let's drop that for a second.
Yeah.
Let's drop that and just bring some of your guys over.
Asuka wins the whole thing.
Of course Asuka wins the entire thing. Don't be crazy.
Asuka, she wins.
Is that it?
Yeah, one more. Minkus from Boy Meets World. If WWE were to bring back one championship, what should it be and who should win it? That's be WWE.
They have a European championship. It's called the UK Championship. If WWE were to bring back one championship, TV title, they make it the network title, and it's defended on every episode.
There you go. And they interrupt network programming to have the title defended.
That's still a great idea.
Yeah,
that's
really
a great
good
idea. It's a good one.
Really good. Really good.
Everybody, stick around. Apparently, there's a raid pending. Are we going to raid Adam Pacitti? Is that what we're going to do? Okay, well, stick around. We'll be right back. But for YouTube, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Oh, and the audio realm. Talk to you later.
Goodbye.